When did you realize you raised your kid right? When I came home to find my teenage son packing a duffel bag full of snacks and blankets, I asked what he was doing. He said, Max ran away again. I'm gonna bring him home. Max was our neighbor's kid, 13, thin as a broomstick, always in hand-me-downs that didn't quite fit. He hung around our porch more than he did his own house. I knew his mom drank. You could smell it in the driveway. His stepdad was the type to yell at you for breathing too loud, but nobody ever said anything. Max was just one of those kids people quietly hoped would turn out okay somehow. I didn't know my son Caleb had gotten that close to him. They rode the same bus, played basketball after school, but I never paid much attention. Honestly, I was too wrapped up in my own stuff. Divorce, bills, long hours at the garage. I thought Caleb was just getting by, keeping his head down like I taught him. Stay out of trouble. Keep to yourself. So when he said Max had run away, I froze. I asked how he knew. He showed me his phone. Max had sent a message. Just a pin on a map and 2 words. Please come. I told Caleb we should call someone. He shook his head. No one ever came the last times. That sentence hit hard, like a quiet little truth that made all the noise in the room disappear. Caleb zipped the bag and looked at me, steady. He trusts me. I'm not leaving him out there alone. He was 16. He shouldn't have been the one handling this, but something in his voice made me nod. We got in the truck. I drove. He navigated. The pin led to an old skate park behind the train tracks. We found Max curled up in a corner with a busted lip and a sweatshirt for a pillow. When he saw Caleb, his eyes filled up fast. No words, just this soft, broken hug. I watched my son kneel beside him, open the bag, and hand Max a juice box, like it was the most normal thing in the world. Then he wrapped a blanket around him and said, "You don't have to go back tonight. You're coming with us." Later that night, I called the local shelter. We got Max a bed and connected with a caseworker. I stayed on the phone for hours, explaining what little I knew, while Caleb sat by Max's side, just being there. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It was steady, kind, brave. After everything settled, I sat Caleb down and asked how long he'd known things were bad for Max. He shrugged. A while. He just never thought anyone would believe him. Then he added, "I know what that feels like." That part broke me, because I'd spent so long trying to be a tough, quiet dad that I never noticed how many times my own kid felt invisible. The next morning, I drove him to school and we sat in the truck for a while. "You didn't just do the right thing," I told him. "You did the hard thing, and you did it better than most adults would have." He didn't say anything right away, just looked out the window. Then he said, "I just wanted to make sure someone showed up for once." Since then, Caleb's been volunteering at the shelter on weekends. He started tutoring kids there too, says he's thinking of going into social work after high school. I asked if he was sure. He used to want to be an engineer. He just smiled and said, "I figured out I'm better at helping people than building bridges." But I think he's doing both. He's helping people cross over from pain to safety.